guess which business model is stronger and better, and I would argue has a much longer longevity? Platforms. The average age of an S&P 500 company is now sub 20 years, but the average age of a public platform company is 28 years. There's a lot of reports, like this report here, technology is killing off corporate America. Average lifespan of companies is under 20 years now. The average age of an S&P 500 company is under 20 years, down from 60 years in the 1950s. Whoa, kind of scary, right? Here's what's interesting is, so we analyzed of the 70 companies in Platt, when were they founded? When did they go public? So what's the average age? What's the median date that they IPO'd, and these kinds of things. And here's what we found. So the median year founded was 2000. The average age was 28 and a half years. So average versus median, which is really interesting if you think about it, because the average age of an S&P 500 company is now sub 20 years, but the average age of a public platform company is 28 years.
I think you have some probably on either ends of the spectrum that are skewing that fairly heavily. You have the Visas, MasterCards, and
American
Amexes
Express
of the world,
is very
and New York Stock Exchange, those kinds of companies that have been around for a long time and have been very successful.
Ritchie Brothers.
But part of why they have been around for a long time and so successful is this platform model. And they found a way in a 20th century world to make that model work very well. And then in the 21st century model, still going very strong.
So that's why if you look at the median, 2000, okay, 19 years.
Right.
It's actually pretty much right there.
Yep. You're going to have a lot more. I would guess that median and average will come down a little bit over the next few years. You have a lot more of these platform companies from this sort of latest late 2000s and the early 2010s kind of wave of companies that are now going public.
Yeah, so maybe that'll come down. But it's kind of interesting that it's actually somewhat similar lifespan to me, right?
Yeah.
That and guess which business model is stronger and better, and I would argue has a much longer longevity? Platforms, right? So the lifespan is coming down for the S&P 500 companies, which are predominantly linear and much more traditional, not platforms. I think we said there are 21 platforms in the S&P 500,
right?
And now it's somewhat similar to the age and lifespan of the platform companies, just in general, not just the ones in the S&P 500. We can cover that on the next episode, but I think these are just much stronger companies. So median year of IPO was 2011. So again, these companies are still so new, 7-8 years now from when they've IPO'd. We don't have all of the latest platform companies that have IPO'd this year or will be IPOing this year in the ETF yet. It'll be rebalanced. I think at the end of the year, and then those companies will get in there, but it's still just so new or so early in terms of when these companies have IPO'd, separate from the ones, and really the ones that are in the S&P 500 are actually the really much older ones, like the American Expresses and the MasterCards and the Visas that have been around for a long time. So that was pretty interesting to me. Thanks for watching our latest clip. If you enjoy the content we're creating on Winner Take All, please feel free to leave us a comment, subscribe, and definitely join us on our next live stream.